I think I'm live now. I've been talking to the camera for like 30 seconds thinking that I was live. It's 10:15 already. Hi, everybody. Can you guys see me and hear me? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay, how's it going? How's everybody doing? What's everybody reading? Y'all in the chat are crazy. Okay, is the audio okay though? Because I'm not wearing earbuds. Okay. Hi, everybody. Is it showing up? Okay, it looks good. Oh my goodness, the chat is already too fast for me to keep up with. Awesome. My goodness. Okay, so thank you guys for showing up. Sipping on tea? I am sipping on tea. Black tea with honey. There it is. Yep. All right, so I know Lynn has already addressed that. Oh my goodness, this chat. Lynn has already addressed this like 50,000 times, but for once and for all, YouTube is currently glitching again. It actually happens often where the subscriber count isn't showing the same for the subscribers as it does for the creators. So I hit 100K last night while I was sleeping, but it's 300 subscribers behind. So you guys aren't seeing my live stats. So that's why the live stream was scheduled for now, but it doesn't look like I've hit 100K yet. It doesn't really matter. I mean, we're all just hanging out anyway. So, oh my goodness, this is already tough to keep up with. Hello, Murphy and Kat. Well, and chat. Just kidding. I tried to get Locke to come say hi to everybody, but he is more interested in the sun. So he's laying in a ray of sun right now. I wonder if I can show you. Let's see if we can make it happen. Nope, wrong. Oh, there he is. Hi, Locke. Yep, there you go. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for enjoying my content. So y'all, I mean, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to chat about, I will do my best to keep up with this chat and answer as many questions as I can. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Get that silver play button, girl. Yeah, I know. You need to tell me how to get it because I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, I can look it up. I bet I can figure it out. But hey, Daniel, good to see you. Oh my goodness, the chat is not letting, it's not just scrolling, it's just jumping all over the place. All right. Didn't know you could do that. I don't know what you mean. I'm going through these trying to, oh, dadgummit, it's jumping all over the place. See, I'm trying to run the chat myself this time. Last time Jen was running it, and I'm thinking I made a mistake. I'm thinking I should have let Jen run it again. Yes, Daniel is here, apparently. Hey, Daniel. What is your favorite romance novel? So I don't read a lot of romance, but I really loved, actually, I don't know if romance and contemporary are different. So what I'm about to say is a contemporary, but I really loved On the Fence by Casey West. I really loved I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. Those are the only two I can think of right now. Yeah. How goes the adoption process? So I don't have a lot of updates at the moment because fastest chat I've ever seen, dude, me too. Because we're still during the paperwork overload phase. So we have enough paperwork, I don't know, to write our own novel. Honestly, it's crazy. But yeah, we're just trying to get through all that. We have done all of our social worker paperwork now. So now we're working on our dossier and all of the stuff for the coordinator. It's just a whole lot of paperwork. We're doing background checks. We have to all see a doctor. We have to all see, well, Corey and I have to see a psychiatrist. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's required before you even do your home study. So it's just wild. So I'm going to do a proper adoption update video when we're past this paperwork phase, but right now it's just miles and miles and miles of paperwork. So it's really not a lot to update on just yet. Hold on, I have some super chats, but they're lost in the chat now. Oh my golly. Okay, here we go. Just a little more to go towards expanding your fam. Congrats, girl. Thanks. It's like a 2-year process, so it'll be a hot minute. After we get all the paperwork done, which we're doing our best to get the paperwork done as fast as possible, according to the schedule that they gave us. The paperwork usually takes families anywhere from a month to 6 months, depending on how aggressively they go about it. And Corey and I are trying to be on top of everything, so hopefully we'll be in the faster end of it. And then after that, then we still have the home study, and then it's like, and then we get placed with a child, and that could take months as well. It's just it's a lot. You should promote smaller booktubes, maybe with 10K under subscribers. One of my favorites is Books with Brittany. I love her. Maybe interview or buddy up with some of them every month. Yes, absolutely. Ivy Muse, I recently did a buddy review with her. I love her channel, Call Me After Coffee. I was just chatting with Unboxer right before this. Jen from the Book Refuge, Joe from Not So Average Joe, Sophie from Sophisticated Books, Bow Ties and Books, Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. There are tons of small creators that I love, and I mention them a lot on my vlogs. So if you watch my vlogs, you'll see a lot of small creator shout outs just because I talk about my friends in my vlogs. Thank you for your videos. They make me happy. Thank you for watching. You're the best. Okay, I'm trying to keep up. You can slow-mo the chat. No way. How? I don't know how. Should I read the Mortal Instruments series? I don't know how to answer that. I personally did not enjoy them, but a lot of people do. So give it a go and see. Ah, the chat just skipped around again. All right, let's try this one. Have you read any of the Sandman Slim books? If not, I recommend the audiobooks. Better than Harry Dresden by far. The Sandman Slim. I'm assuming that's something different than Sandman, like the Neil Gaiman comics. Oh no, I'm missing this stuff. No, I'm not. I think I've caught up with the super chats. I have the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman, so I'm assuming you're talking about something else. And if you are, the answer is no, I haven't. And I also haven't read the Dresden Files yet, but I plan on reading those soon. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to. Have you read the Dragon Lace series? No. Opinions on Count of Monte Cristo. It's incredible, and I love it. I even watched the movie, and that was also good. I'm regretting not having Jen here dealing with this chat. I thought that I could handle it, but I was wrong. Brownies? I don't know what you mean. I just finished my first draft of my book. Any advice? I am not a writer, so I don't have good advice, but go check out Jenna Moressi's channel. She's a writer, and she gives lots of writing advice. Also, Bethany, oh, I've already forgotten how to say her name. I'm currently narrating her audiobook, and she's on AuthorTube, and she's amazing. Dadgummit, I don't remember her name. I'll have to look her up and tell you, but just search AuthorTube. There's tons of writing advice on BookTube for like people that are published and publishing, and it's really good. I mean, I assume it's good. Have you heard about Netflix making a Duke and I movie? Thoughts? I have heard about that, and I do have thoughts. I don't like the book, so I'm not going to watch the movie. I reckon they'll probably handle everything better than the book did. That's my thought. Those are my thoughts. 6 months of paperwork. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, it's understandable because people, if it were easy to adopt a child, people would take advantage of it, and they want to keep the children safe. So it's understandable, but it is a lot. Will you watch the Shadow and Bone show? I don't know. I don't know what Shadow and Bone is, so probably not. What do you think of graphic novels? I haven't spent enough time with graphic novels yet. I read manga here and there, not avidly, and I'm getting pretty into it. Graphic novels I haven't tried enough of, nor have I tried enough comics, but I'm very open to them. Favorite character in Stormlight Archive? My first thought is Rock. If you want my favorite main character, I want to say Dalinar. I really love Dalinar, but I also love Kaladin. Shallan was solid in the first and second book, but man, does she go downhill. That's not a spoiler. Not giving details. Oh, chat just jumped. Okay, well, now I'm at the bottom of the chat. Call me after coffee. This is a small channel. Y'all should be supporting. And she loves Kaladin. Maybe Kaladin is where it's at. Yeah, Kaladin's awesome. Corey, no, not Corey. My brother doesn't like Kaladin. Are you looking to adopt a certain age, or does that matter? So, like I said, I'll have an adoption update video, and I'm really not going to give very much information at this point because nothing is official until we're done with the paperwork. Right now, the route that we're planning on adopting, everything is unstable at the moment until the paperwork is done, the home study is finished, and we've been approved for everything. We have, like, our application was approved, so we're with an agency. But other than that, I just don't have very much stability, and I don't want to say this is what we're doing and then that not be what we're doing. So the answer is that we can't break the birth order. That's like a rule with adoption. So we can't have a child older than Drennan. He has to remain the oldest child. So that puts us pretty limited because he just turned 3. And Corey and I don't plan on adopting a baby. Probably around the age of 2 is probably where we're going to be adopting. Yeah. There it is. What books have you narrated? If you just look up my name on Audible or even on Amazon, then you will get a whole big long list of books that I've narrated. By whole big long, I mean like 15 maybe. No. I cannot because I do not know. I don't know the difference between romance and contemporary. I use the 2 words interchangeably, but I don't know. Do you like fantasy horror? Yes, I do. What manga have you read? And do you review, and will you do a review at some point? I have read, thank you, Lynn, you're the best. I have read like the first 6 or 7 of Full Metal Alchemist, and then I took a break because it was starting to lag. It was starting to not be as interesting, but I'm going to come back to it eventually. Cool. Not a big Brownie fan. I'm sorry. And then I read Death Note, but I did skip a couple of the middle books because, again, it started getting really, really boring. So I just had someone summarize those really boring books and then read the ending. So I read the first half. I read more than the first half. I think there's 13 in total, and I'm pretty sure I read up to like 9 and then skipped 2 or 3 and then read the last volume. And I loved Death Note minus that really boring section. And I'm currently reading 20th Century Boys, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. When are you doing a reread of The Hunger Games? After I'm done with my reread of Harry Potter. I can only do like one big reread that's going to have big videos attached to it at a time because I'm reading so many other things too, and I'm trying to keep up with my Patreon books and the other buddy reads that I do over on the Discord server. And like I have so many organized buddy reads that I can only do so many rereads as well. So I will get to it. I saw something about Avatar, but then the chat jumped and I want to see what it was about because I was just watching Avatar right before this started. Are you planning on watching Avatar? Yes, I just started it the other day, so I'm only like 4 episodes in. A tip for noobs and experienced readers of Wheel of Time, the podcast, The Wheel Weaves is done by one noob and one expert. They break down each chapter without spoilers. No way! That's awesome. Thank you. The Wheel Weaves. All right, cool, cool, cool. I'm not going to say anything about that. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. There's a real-time podcast that I will be listening to a lot coming up. Hey, lady, congrats on 100K. I love your videos. Any advice for new booktubers? Yeah. Advice for new booktubers. I would say give yourself time to figure out your channel, because at first you're going to be real uncomfortable in front of the camera. It's going to feel really weird talking to an empty room, and it's going to be hard at first to feel like you're being yourself, or at least it was for me. It took me a while to feel comfortable enough to just be myself in front of the camera. Not that I was putting on a face or anything. I just acted uncomfortable because I was uncomfortable. And so I would say do that. I would say don't worry about your content being good yet. Don't worry about buying an expensive camera. Don't worry about buying lights, because in the beginning, people are going to find you. It's going to be other small channels that'll find you, or it's going to be people that are looking to support small creators, and they'll find you. Do the BookTube newbie tag for sure, because that's how people find newbies, is through the BookTube newbie tag. And then just create your community around you, and eventually it'll feel natural, and it'll end up just getting better on its own as you learn and grow. But give yourself time to be comfortable with your channel and to be good at your channel, because nothing is perfect from the start. I got them from Zini Optical, I think it's called. It's an online store. They were like $20. Do you have any tips for getting out of a reading slump? Rereads do it for me. If I just am not enjoying anything I'm reading, I will, am I caught up on this stuff? I want to make sure I'm hitting these super chats. Oopsie. I will reread some old favorites, because it'll remind me how much I love reading, and it'll make me excited to read something new again. And also, don't forget to DNF stuff that you don't like. How do you read so many books in such little time? I don't know, because I'm really not a fast reader. I'm actually a really slow reader. Being dyslexic, I have to take my time. So I think it's just because I dedicate so much time to reading. Like my son takes a nap, and that's dedicated to reading. Well, lately it's been dedicated to paperwork, but it used to be dedicated to reading, and hopefully someday again it will be. And when I'm like doing housework, I listen to audiobooks. When I'm exercising, I listen to audiobooks. So I guess just prioritizing reading. It's my favorite way to spend my spare time, so it's how I spend my spare time. How many books a month do you read? Like 8 to 10 usually, I think. Let's see. You should people in the chat are really into brownies, man. Hey, George. Who's your favorite pharaoh from the New Kingdom period of ancient Egypt? Honestly, I don't have an answer for you. That is not a time period that I have studied very much at all. Hey, Amber. Here's another small creator you should support. I love Amber. No, I'm sorry. I have not. But I've heard of Murakami. Is that how you say that? I've heard of that one, and I've heard really good things. So that is definitely one that I should read. I think Berserk, isn't that the really dark one? I have not read Berserk. I have only read the 3 that I had mentioned earlier. Just watched the latest episode of Doctor Who. It's a shame Murphy doesn't watch the show anymore. She would have loved it. Really? Well, maybe someday. Maybe someday. What's the worst book you've ever read? Anna and the French Kiss. No, honestly, it might be The Duke and I. I feel so bad. I feel so bad because one of my friends in the chat right now, it's like one of her favorite books ever. I don't know. Just really, 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 really unhealthy romances always kill everything. Yeah, Anna and the French Kiss, The Duke and I. One True Loves was horrible. How do I stop buying books when I know we're near caught up with the books I already have? I think I understand your question. You mean you almost are caught up with the books that you physically own, so like you need more books to read. If you want to stop buying books and you have a library near you, go to the library. Libraries are awesome. And if they don't have a book that you want, you can request it. What are your favorite hobbies outside of reading? I mean, reading is my biggest hobby. But I really like video games. I'm not a huge gamer, but I do love playing them. I'm used to be a huge rock climber, but Dad doesn't climb anymore, and he was my climbing buddy, so I no longer have a climbing buddy, but if I did, that would be something that would eat up a lot of my time because it's one of my favorite things in the world. Of course, I'm drawing a blank right now. I like to draw. I don't know, man. I have hobbies. I just can't think of any right now. Thoughts on this Bachelor season? I bet 90% of the people in the chat don't care about that, but here we go. Here's the thing. Peter is probably a really nice guy. He sure does come off it, but man, is he a bad bachelor because he's easily manipulated and he just believes everybody. And also the producers are trying way too hard for drama this year. It's like if you're not screaming at each other, you don't get any screen time. Like we're down to what, the final like 6 or 7 girls, and I don't even know half of their names. I don't know, but he did get rid of several baddies in that last episode. So we might actually have a good season from here on out because it's mostly chill girls, except for that one, the champagne girl. Congratulations, Murphy. I've been watching you for a couple of months now, and I've always enjoyed your content. You're just the perfect combination of thoughts, looks, and books. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. How do you feel about the Star Wars franchise? I have been going through the Star Wars explained universe and the older. I'm going to be real with you. I've never watched a Star Wars movie, so I'm really sorry. Congrats on 100K. I love your channel. You inspire me to read more. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. Audiobooks versus physical books. I personally prefer physically reading. I personally find it to be a more immersive experience. But hey, Allie. But I know, right? But I love audiobooks too. I'm an audiobook narrator, so I obviously don't have any prejudice toward them. And sorry, I'm just going to keep this up here because I want to answer Amber's question, but I want to finish what I'm saying. No, I don't, because I forgot. Oh yeah, audiobooks. And they're amazing because there are times when I want to be reading, but I can't be because I'm cleaning or because I'm driving. And so an audiobook is an amazing way to continue a story when I don't have the ability to be physically reading. So I'm grateful for both. Murphy, The Final Rose is a book that is Bachelor-esque, but also queer. Okay, but is it healthy? Because unhealthy romances, man, they seem to be a plentiful, but that does sound amazing. I really need more Bachelor books in my life. I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Probably. Yes. Put down your laptop/phone and pick up your book. Do you have time to watch TV and movies still? I mean, you have time for what you make time for. I don't watch very much TV and movies, and there's a couple reasons why I don't, but the main reason why I don't is just because I love reading so much that it's what I make time for. And I would certainly be reading less if I watched more TV. And there's nothing wrong with watching TV. I just happen to love reading more, so it's what I do the most. Sorry. And I got distracted by a comment and I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I do still watch some TV though, because in the evenings when I'm answering emails and wrapping books and any kind of thing that I have to do that doesn't really require me to, like I'm not editing a video so I don't have to be listening to it, we usually have a show on. So The Bachelor is what we watch right now. And we watch Shark Tank, and I don't know, there's really not a lot of shows we watch. Do you do art? I draw, but that's pretty much all. I'm not very artsy. Stuff about how do you define unhealthy romance? Can bad people have a healthy relationship? Surely they can. Absolutely. Oh, sorry. I'm losing it. Absolutely they can. I just mean more like Anne and the French Kiss. I'm just going to use examples of books that I don't like. Anne and the French Kiss is one where he has a girlfriend and then they emotionally cheat the whole time. Like they're really into each other. They flirt, they sleep in the same bed. They like write each other notes and stuff. It's all very romantic. And then when they physically cheat, when they actually like start making out in public, and then they get caught, and then it's like a big thing. He blames her, and he's like, "This is all your fault." So I hate cheating, and I will never get on board with a romance that starts off with cheating. And then the fact that like when it all comes to a head, he's like, "This was your fault. You should have picked up on the signs and told me you liked me, so I could have broken up with my girlfriend." Like, no, done with you. The Duke and I. Well, you know what? I'm just now realizing that I'm doing spoilers, so I guess I won't tell you why I hate these books. But basically, if it's something where the characters are mistreating each other and it's depicted as romantic, like we're supposed to come away and be like, that was a really romantic story, but it's been nothing but two people abusing each other, I'm out. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Yeah, I think I answered that question, but now I'm lost. Which Brandon Sanderson book should I start with? I would say Mistborn. Hey, you could start with Warbreaker because that's a standalone for now. He says he's going to continue on with Warbreaker eventually, but it's a standalone for now. And when he continues on with Warbreaker, he's going to connect it to the Stormlight archive, and it's going to end up being the prequel series to Stormlight. So it's a good place to start because it's a standalone right now, and it will eventually connect you to a much bigger series. But I also think that Mistborn is a great place to start because it's very complex, but it's also very much more contained than Stormlight. But I also haven't read all of Sanderson's books, so there might even be better ones out there. Hey, how's it going? Favorite series? Stormlight Archive, the Lies of Locke Lamora series. I'm trying to not say the name on live because I know that like kids might be listening. Mistborn series is on my favorites list. I think the first Law trilogy is going to be there now, honestly. I still have to finish book 4, but it's amazing. Harry Potter, of course, gonna love it, always. Ooh, okay, I'm missing the super chats. Hang on. George sent me one and I lost it. Okay, here we go. Congrats on 100K and good luck on the adoption. I was adopted and don't regret it. Did you have a choice? Of course, I was a month old and nobody asked me. See, I knew it. I knew it was going to turn into a joke. George is a jokester. Is there a specific chapter of a fantasy novel that did not contain the specific tension? Oh my golly. Sorry, my dyslexia is killing me today. Is there a specific chapter of a fantasy novel that did not contain the specific tension of the building climax that stuck with you long after you read it? I have no idea. That did not contain the specific tension that stuck with you. I'm really sorry, Joshua. I don't know. Is there a specific chapter in a fantasy novel? I'm really sorry, Joshua. I don't know how to answer it. I don't know if that's my dyslexia killing me right now, but I can't figure out exactly what you're asking. And I'm really sorry because you paid for a super chat and I don't have an answer for you. So I'm sorry, Joshua. What is something you're most proud of? Personal, career, hobby, vid, favorite narrated book, etc. I'm like really proud of the kind of family person I am. I'm a really good mom. I take really good care of my kid. I make sure he's really loved. Kissing counts as cheating, George. I'm very, very involved. I'm not a hands-off mom. I'm a very hands-on mom. I'm proud of the way I parent. I'm proud of the way I help Dren process his emotions and help him figure out how to sort through when he's like having a hard time processing his emotions and wants to have a fit. I'm a really good wife. I mean, I treat my husband very, very well. Yeah, I'm proud of the family person I am. Yeah, I have a lot of probably accomplishments that I could mention outside of that, but that's probably the thing that I'm the most proud of. How do you get most books today? Like, do you download it onto a device or do you get a physical copy of them? I would say, if I'm being entirely honest, right now, the books that I read, most of them come in the mail from my subscribers. That's a fairly recent development. Up before that, it was primarily the library. Corey and I aren't big spenders at all, and so I have never really been a big, well, never is the wrong word, but for a long time I haven't been a big book buyer. So oh my goodness, I think I just got like 20 super chats at once. Sorry guys. So the chat is so distracting. I'm so sorry. Uh-oh, Corey's here. Why is he here? Is he on my account? Okay, sorry. So I used to use the library all the time, and that was how I got all my books. And I still get most of my audiobooks through the library, but sorry. Okay, congratulations on that's my laundry. Congrats on hitting 100K. Greetings from Norway. Hey, thank you so much. Whoops, this is Corey. Sweet bro. Make me sound like a narcissist. She's an amazing wife. Oh, now the chat is just overtaken by people saying, hey, Corey. What's the biggest challenge with reading since you have dyslexia? Challenge? I mean, I just have to read slower, you know? It's not a huge thing. I would say the biggest challenge is just that dyslexia, especially when I'm having a bad day. Like sometimes my dyslexia doesn't affect me hugely, and sometimes it makes it impossible to read. So on my bad days, I can't read. I can only do audiobooks because on my bad days, everything is so scrambled that nothing can make sense at all. And I just can't have a book. But as far as reading goes, like that's not the end of the world. I'll pick up an audiobook instead, no problem. And I still get my reading fix in for the day. But challenge overall is more in business situations. When I'm dealing with an author that I'm supposed to be narrating their book, or dealing with a publisher that I'm supposed to be narrating their book, or some sort of business deal, conversation. If my dyslexia is really bad that day, sometimes I can't answer business emails that day because I can't understand what anything is saying. And one time I had a pretty long exchange with a publisher that I was supposed to be narrating audiobooks for, and we were just going around in circles, and I could not figure out why they couldn't understand what I was saying. And so finally I realized, I think my dyslexia is the problem here. And so I just closed out emails, didn't look at my emails the rest of the day. Next day, came back, read the whole thread. I had been misunderstanding everything. Like I was misreading sentence after sentence that they were saying, and my brain was trying to like figure it out. And so it was like I would lose word. It's hard to explain dyslexia if you don't have it, but like I can read a sentence and a word will be missing from the sentence. So they'll be saying, I do not want you to do this. And I think they're saying, I want you to do this, because the not is gone. And I'll read that sentence over and over and over again. I'll read it really slowly. I'll pay attention to every single individual word, and the not is just gone. And that was the problem I was having with this publisher. And so then the next day I'm reading this email thread, and they're stating their expectations so clearly for me. And I'm responding saying, no, these are my expectations. And we're saying the same thing. And they probably think I'm insane. But the reality is that my dyslexia was just screwing me that day. So now it's gotten to the point where if I think, if there's an exchange going on for more than 2 emails where we're not understanding each other, I make Corey read it. And then he tells me if, you know, they're just not making sense, or if it's my dyslexia that day. And then if it's my dyslexia, I just don't respond for the rest of the day, because I can't. What am I supposed to, like, what am I supposed to do? Okay, let's see here. The chat just skipped again and I lost a bunch of stuff. What do you see as a dyslexic person? I wear glasses and the words become blurry. It's not blurry. It's just that words can be missing, or a lot of times words will be jumbled, or letters will be jumbled. Sometimes it's as simple as just misreading one sentence, and sometimes it's as major as I can't make sense of anything on a page. I don't have days like that very often, though. Most days my dyslexia is just like, that's annoying. It's very rarely like, she can't read today. What's your favorite part of being a mom besides the love, of course? What's the book you're excited about sharing with Drennan? Book I'm most excited about sharing with Drennan is going to be that one that I only recently read, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. And my favorite part of being a mom, I don't know, just, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Just watching him grow up. he's such a good kid, you know, like he's so compassionate and sweet and caring and thoughtful. But he's also so loud and wild and fun. And he's so smart, and he picks up on words and phrases and attitudes so fast. And sometimes I think I have a teenager because of the attitude he gives me, but not like a fit kind of attitude, like a I'm going right now kind of attitude. And it's so fun to watch him pick up someone's tone and then replicate it without the intent. You know, like he doesn't mean to show me attitude. He just is responding the same way he heard someone else respond. And it's so cool to watch that happen. And I love how much he picks up and how much he loves to learn new things and pay close attention. He works out in the shop with my dad a lot, and they work on cars together. So Drennan, names, Drennan can like look inside an engine and tell me different parts of it, and he can look at tools and tell me different tools. And you know, he wants to learn so bad, and so he memorizes things really quickly and can just repeat it even if he doesn't actually understand what he's saying. And I love it. I just really like, I don't know, I just really like watching him grow. How old were you when you had dyslexia? My uncle's was in college. I don't really understand. I have dyslexia right now. I was diagnosed with dyslexia after I got out of high school. So I went through school just failing reading because I couldn't read properly. Some days I was great. I have always been into reading. I've always been a reader. My mom said that I was the most wild kid in the world until I learned to read, and then I was the easiest child in the world because then that's all I wanted to do. I had one gap of time where I wasn't reading at all, and that was probably the most depressed time in my life. It's just something that brings me a lot of joy, so it's something I've always done. What happened to my super chat? I'm sorry if it's gone. I didn't see one from you, Morpheus. What? Oh, okay. All right, sorry, the chat jumped again and I got lost. Do you read a book all the way through before reading the next one, or do you go between books simultaneously? I'm usually reading more than one book at once. My favorite is one physical and one audio going at the same time, but sometimes I'll even pick up more. Call me after coffee. What you got for me? Momming, parenting, is just the best, most rewarding, but also the hardest job ever. I am a mom of one, and my kid is, I mean, he has his challenges, but honestly, he's incredible. And I don't know, I don't want to sound like a brat, but I don't really consider it the hardest job ever, honestly. It is really rewarding, and there are hard moments or hard days, but it's more rewarding than it is anything else. I don't know, maybe when I have 2 kids, I won't feel that way because I'll be pulled in more directions. Were you always a fast reader? I am not a fast reader. I am a slow reader. I just read a lot. William has really good book recommendations. Salmon, if you want sci-fi written by oh, sorry. It's a bad day for dyslexia, guys. I'm really struggling. If you want sci-fi written by a scientist, oh, okay, that made sense that time. Read Nightfall by Isaac Asimov. I'm working through all of Isaac's books. I am doing it slowly, but I'm working through all of his books and really, really enjoying myself. Okay. Has your book taste always been the same, or has it changed over the years? Like, I used to love romance, but now I barely read. Congrats on 100K. Thank you. It has changed a lot. Mods, there's a bot. I don't know where though. I haven't seen him. Oh, let me go back to that question because I already forgot it. Oh, right. So it has changed a lot. When I first started my channel, I read a lot of dystopians and contemporaries. I read a lot of romantic contemporaries. I loved romance. And now it's really just not something I pick up very much at all, dystopian or romance, but I do still enjoy dystopian. I just find it harder to find ones that I really like. But now I'm pretty much like fantasy. I've recently gotten into sci-fi. I have recently gotten into horror. I love classics now. I used to never read classics, so it's changed a lot. Okay, here we go. Apparently everybody's excited to see Corey. How did I meet Daniel? Elle introduced us when she wanted to start up the World Hoppers video channel. She introduced most of us. I didn't know Jade at that point either, who is another small booktuber that you guys should be following, Bedtime Bookworm. And I talk to Jade all the time now. And Jay, well, I already knew Jay, but we weren't as good friends at the point. But yeah, when we started World Hoppers, that's how most of us met. Elle just kind of connected everybody. And then Daniel and I were chatting from there. And then we did an audiobook together, and he came out to Kentucky and stayed with us for the weekend. And yeah, we talk all the time. He's awesome. Daniel's a really sweet guy. Congrats on hitting the milestone, Murph. What are your most treasured memories since having your family? Most treasured memories since having my family. Boy, that's quite the question. I don't know. I mean, do you mean, I guess you probably mean since the three of us, right? Not since the two of us. Kill the bot. Everybody's mad about the bot. Okay, Lynn says she got the bot. I don't know. I think the family starts at 2, right? So Corey and I, one is when we went to Harry Potter World for our 2nd anniversary, I think. We spent a week there, and that was amazing. Actually, almost all our anniversaries have been great, but usually our anniversaries are just us going hiking, and those have always been really, really fun. And as far as Drin, honestly, just being his mom is awesome. Like, he's 3, so we haven't done any big things with him up to this point, and just day-to-day life with him is awesome. He's such a freaking good kid. Watching him learn new words and new phrases and growing up is the best. Whew, are you going to Jordan Con? Oh, hey, Noshi. Hey, okay, hang on. Hang on real quick. Let me see. There he is. All right. There we go. All right, I just made Noshi a mod. Okay, yeah, well, whew, I almost said yes. I want to. I'm looking into it. It's soon, hey? I'm just afraid of being spoiled, if I'm honest, because I haven't finished Wheel of Time, and I won't by then, but I do want to go. I know Daniel's going to be there, and I'd love to hang out with him in person again. There's actually a few people that are going to be there that I'd love to hang out with, but I'm just afraid that I'll get spoiled. So I'm still trying to decide, but maybe. No way, that's so cool. Oh, Udi's here? I just saw someone tag him, but I didn't see his comment. No, I own the first one though, so maybe someday. Holy cow, we've already been here for 43 minutes. All right, guys, get your questions in because I'm probably going to cut it off right around an hour. Your plans on collabs. Well, the thing is that I don't really live that close with that many booktubers. So I have a ton of ideas that I would love to do collabs for with people. I have tons of ideas for videos that I would love to do with other booktubers, but I just don't live nearby anybody, and that's the whole story. Congrats on 100K. If Harry Potter was made into a streaming series, what would you want to see that didn't make the movies? Ooh. Oh, any changes from the books? Okay, well, Neville's the chosen one. Come on, guys. Okay. Things, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. Things that I would like to see that didn't make the movies. I think the fact that Winky isn't in the movies is rude, and I'd love to see her. Honestly, it's been so long since I've seen the movies. Oh, there's my laundry again. Good times. I haven't seen the movies in so long that I can't remember what was left out. I remember the last time I watched them, it was before Corey had read the books, and I was watching them with him. And I remember having to explain a lot to him because they left so much out that it was kind of confusing. But, oh, Peeves, good choice. Hey now, you're about to get kicked out, Time and Chance. Neville is the chosen one. But anyway, sorry, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I remember there being a lot left out, but I really just don't remember. I don't remember enough. I'm sorry. Round 2. Is there any fantasy chapter that really stuck with you except the chapter that was, oh, see, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I didn't understand you the first time. A fantasy chapter, I really like chapters where friendships, like the first chapter where friendship is really established, when some side character that's going to be significant to the main character, when it's first said or first shown the depth of their relationship together, that's usually one that really sticks with me. I just read a chapter like that in Rage of Dragons, and I'm just like, those things stick with me. Really, really in-depth friendship work always sticks with me a lot. What's a world you would love to live in? I mean, most books have pretty dark worlds. I think I would want to live in Isaac Asimov's world, even though he writes multiple worlds. I really like his use of AIs, and I really spew. I don't know if I want spew to make the movies or not, honestly. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think, yeah, I really like. I want to interact with robots the way they do in Asimov's world. So that's how I feel. Do you think about characters that have extremely sensitive and dark backgrounds that could potentially offend the reader? What do you think about characters? I don't know. I guess everybody just has a different threshold. Like for me, I really, really hate reading really graphic rape scenes and really graphic child abuse scenes. And those two things, if they happen repeatedly, I'll definitely put a book down. But like the next person will hate really graphic torture scenes, but a torture scene doesn't bother me. So I guess how I feel is that I appreciate people that say, hey, just so you know, this is a repeated and graphic situation that comes up in the series, so that readers can decide if that's going to be too much for them. But other than that, I don't know that things need to be censored just because it might be too much for a certain reader. I just think we need to do a good job at letting readers know, just in case there's something that'll be too much for them. Like, for instance, The Poppy War is a book that I've been planning to read for a long time, and it gets highly recommended a ton. But then I read a thread, someone explaining how much like graphic child abuse there is in that book, and so now I know it's not going to be the book for me. So yeah, woohoo! Properly adapt book 6. I remember 6 being the movie that I had to explain the most to Corey when we were reading it. Please read some. Oh my. Okay, let me write that author's name down. There it is. Dyslexia. Okay. All right. I will look this author up now. Thank you. Do you think that there's a reason you can forgive Sirius despite his faults, but not Snape? It's not that I don't forgive Snape. It's just that I think of Snape as worse than Sirius because. So I think that, first of all, Snape was abusive as an adult, and Sirius was abusive / bullying, wherever you want to draw that line, as a kid and grew up. Now, Sirius still was awful to Snape and continued to draw them back to their childhood bullying, and I think that that's awful. But that's not how he stayed all the time. And Snape was horrible. He was abusive to Harry and to Neville and to Hermione and to a lot of the students. And he treated the other teachers badly too. And I think that Sirius's trauma of being stuck in Azkaban for 12 years gives me a little bit more leniency with him, because I feel like his PTSD goes into a lot of his immaturity and his inability to see things in a rational point of view. And I have more mixed feelings about Snape than I used to. I used to just hate Snape, and I don't anymore as of this reread, but I still don't. I definitely don't view him as a hero, but I mean, I still haven't reread book 7, so here we go. Let's see. Okay. Call out Snape, go Murphy. You know, I plan on making a whole video about Snape after I finish book 7. As of right now, I have always hated Snape. I have a lot of thoughts about Snape. And in this reread, I am going in saying I still don't see him as a hero, but I'm giving him the chance to prove me wrong. And I'm trying to pay very close attention to him. I'm writing notes every time Snape has a line or a scene in the book at all. I have a whole graph made of all of the Snape scenes in every single book that I've read so far in this reread. And I'm trying to openly and without bias look at everything he says and does in the series. And we're going to have a discussion about it after I finish book 7, because I know that book 7 is the book that redeems him for a lot of people. And I'm going to go into it with an open mind, and then we're going to talk about it, because we're going to have a video about Snape after I'm done with this reread, because he's a point of discussion. Farseer trilogy, that's Robin Hobb, right? I started the first one. No, I read the first one, but I have not finished it. My favorite Sanderson magic system is Mistborn, even though the Stormlight Archive, as of right now, I like it more than Mistborn, but we'll see, because I didn't like the way I didn't like the way Oathbringer ended. So I'm nervous about book 4, but I have faith. And but I do like the magic system for Mistborn better. No, I have not read it. I'm probably not going to read it, honestly. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm not gonna put that one up there because it's spoilers about Harry Potter. I'm trying to keep things spoiler free for the most part. I don't think this is spoiler. Here we go. I really like Sirius and Snape because no one is just one thing. I think one of the best things about those characters is that they prove that. Also, don't honestly have enough insight into Snape. I agree. I really like that pretty much every character in the series is nuanced, is layered, isn't black, white, good, bad. They are just flawed. They're very flawed. Cake is overrated. I agree with that. Man, too bad Corey's not here. Corey is currently rereading Mistborn, and he's almost done with the last book, Hero of Ages, and he talks my ear off about the Mistborn magic system, and there's so little that I remember at the moment. So it's just, he's just talking to me about all the different layers of it, and he's talking to me about like the intricacies of the plot, and I've lost a lot of it. You cannot overrate cake. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I am not a sweets person. No, you're not. Log on to your own account. I'm not a sweets person. So pretty much any discussion you guys want to have about brownies and cakes and anything else, I'm not going to be very interesting about. Have you read? No, but this is one of the most requested book series for me to read. So I need to get to it. Movie Snape was definitely more likable than book Snape. 100% true. And I think that's where both Snape and Malfoy get a lot of their fandom love from their movie portrayals. Tom Felton was a cute little kid, and people fell in love with Tom Felton, and then they made a bunch of fanfic about Malfoy. And he's a different character in the books than he is in the movies. And same for Snape. They're different characters. Why do you reread books? Because it's awesome, dude. Rereading is like hanging out with your best friends. You already know them. You've already hung out once, and now you get to hang out some more because you like them. And it's like going to your favorite, I don't know, park or restaurant or something. Like, you've been there plenty of times before, but you still love it. It was terrible. I don't know what I'm talking about. I love Mistborn and Skyward. Which is your favorite? Mistborn is my favorite, but I love Skyward as well. Why am I commenting so much? Oh, it's Corey. Okay, here we go. If I could be a misting in normal life, I'd have to be a thug. There you go. There's Corey's answer. 100K, congratulations. Have you reviewed Stormlight? No, but Stormlight 4 is coming out this year, and I will be rereading all 3 of them and doing dedicated reviews for all 3 of them. I read the first Maze Runner book, but I DNF'd the second. You read? I read them as a kid, but I don't remember them at all. Okay, let's see. Favorite Harry Potter book? That's a good question. I'm Starsight when? I'm reading Starsight as soon as I'm done with the Argument of Kings. So I will be reading Starsight like in 2 weeks, maybe. I'm reserving judgment until I finish my reread, and then I'm going to do a video where I rank all the Harry Potter books. But I need to reread them because I'm trying to reserve judgment for everything. I'm trying to like enjoy another bot down. Good job, mods. I'm trying to enjoy this reread as if I'm trying to go in without any preconceived notions and just view it as an adult and not let a bunch of my nostalgia. I mean, nostalgia's there, but you know what I mean. No, and I probably won't, honestly. It's just not one that I have any interest in. Why are you so dedicated to Neville? Maybe I need to make a video on that too. Neville? I should probably just make a video on it, honestly, because I don't know how to not. I don't know how to not do spoilers and talk about why Neville is my chosen one. No, I did not. Well, I temporarily DNF'd House of Leaves. I started it in like November, and then House of Leaves. Okay, first of all, it starts off reading like a textbook with all the footnotes that take us into random tangents and articles, and it's tough. It's a tough beginning. It's a tough book to start. Second of all, honestly, a big part of why I have put off continuing on with House of Leaves is because I've flipped through it and I'm really afraid that I'm not going to be able to read it because of my dyslexia, because of the formatting of that book, the way it's written to where it's like not all the pages are just straightforward pages. Sometimes things are written slanted, or like there's text on top of text, or like there are words here and then words here, and it's written in such an abstract way that I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to read it. And so I just put it off because of that. And then I guess those are my only 2 reasons. But I did recently pick it up again, and I'm actually really into it now. Things have finally started getting interesting. So I think I'm going to read it. I'm just going to take my time because I honestly think it's going to be a really hard read for me. Not because of the content, but because of the formatting. All right, well, let's keep spoilers out of here, shall we? I just put a spotlight on it. Corey. Aw, thank you, Udi, for spelling his name correctly. What about, oh, Udi, oh my golly. I haven't made you a mod. Where'd you go? There you are. Mod. Now that we're at the end of the live stream, you're a mod. I'm sorry. Udi wants to know, what about hemalurgy? Corey talks about hemalurgy all the time. What do you think about this? Well, in my heart, Neville is the real chosen one, and he ends up with the one that Harry ends up with. No spoilers. I'm actually really okay with who Harry ends up with. I think it was done fine, but Neville deserves all the good things, and she is a good thing. Corey said Alamancy. I would say the same. Honestly, it's been so long since I've read Mistborn, and I've read so many complex magic systems between that I don't remember the complex details of it. So I don't have a lot to talk about on it. Okay. Is that in regards to what I said about Neville shipping? Your favorite book that other people hate? It has to be The Remnant Chronicles, right? The Remnant Chronicles is a YA fantasy series that gets a lot of hate. I think it was really popular when it first came out. Now everybody doesn't seem to like it anymore, and I still do. So I would think it would be that one. Imagine if I said The Cursed Child. That one will be getting a review as well after I'm done with book 7. Oh, what just happened? Yeah, that's a good quote. Sorry, I tried to click on something else. Thoughts on Ramus? He is my favorite he's my favorite character in the series. Okay. This has turned into a Harry Potter chat. Okay. Neville deserves all the good things and she's a good thing. I guess now that I read it written back, that does kind of sound pretty sexist, doesn't it? I didn't mean it that way. Harry and Luna. I actually would really be down for Ron and Luna. There are some very, very simple scenes between Ron and Luna that I could dig. I definitely don't like who Ron ended up. I like who Ron ended up with. I don't like the pairing. I saw you among other videos. Coolio. I like Ramus for all his flaws and strengths. Honestly, he has very few flaws in my eyes. He's pretty much one big strength. I should make a video about him too. Am I turning into a Harry Potter channel? I really don't want to, but I'm not gonna spotlight that comment because it's a spoiler, but I agree the person who Harry ends up with, oh, that was my dyslexia. I disagree. It does not feel forced to me. I understand why it feels that way, but I don't think it does. Really? How? I'm feeling overwhelmed by all these comments. All right. Try not to spotlight the spoilers. Aw, yay. Yes, she is so strong. She's incredible. I don't know what that means. From on right? Maybe that was my dyslexia again. I'm sorry. Thoughts on Percy Jackson? I don't have any thoughts. I read a couple of Percy Jackson books back in the day, but I never continued on with them, and I don't remember anything about them anymore. And it's just Dev. Oh, Drennan. Yes, I will. I will say hi to Dren. Sorry. Now I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, and I'm afraid since it's a middle grade series and it's not one that I grew up reading, like I feel like people love Percy Jackson like they love Harry Potter. And since it's not one that I grew up reading, I'm afraid that starting it now, I won't have the same appreciation for it that other people do. And I'm not really interested in picking up a middle grade series that I don't already have a lot of love attached to and reviewing it critically. Not that I would do like a doesn't make sense series or something like that for Percy Jackson's, but I just happen to be a reviewer. And so when I talk about books, I talk about good things and bad things. And I don't want to take people's series that they love, like I love Harry Potter, and read it as an adult without nostalgia attached to it and potentially not love it and have a lot of criticism toward it. Not that it necessarily would. It may be amazing and I may fall in love with it. I'm just afraid that I wouldn't, and I would end up not being super positive about it. When are you going to read Dragon Lace? I don't know. What's Dragon Lace? Hang on. Dragon Lace. Oh man, I don't know. Dragon Lance? Is that what you wrote? I don't know that series, so I don't know. How's your Spanish going? It's not. I was making good progress, and then we started the adoption process. And I cannot stress to you how time-consuming it is to sort through all the paperwork and do all the paperwork. And since we started, like, a month ago, I have not touched my Spanish courses. And I was actually just thinking about that today and how much that sucks because I was really enjoying it, but I honestly, it's hard to fully help you understand how much paperwork there is and how much time goes into it, because it's not just the paperwork and all the extra things that we have to do, but also there's online courses that we have to take. And so all our spare time is going towards that as well. And my Spanish classes are just on a back burner right now. And I just kind of have to be okay with that for the moment, because this just has to take up my time at the moment. I really want to. I need to reread the Silmarillion and do a dedicated video for it like I did with The Lord of the Rings. Is Murphy an Irish name? No, it's a nickname. It's not my real name. But my friend gave it to me, so that counts. Why can't people get over Harry Potter? Ha! They aren't that well written, and there are so many other better books out there. You're not wrong. They're not wonderfully written, and there are phenomenal books out there, books that I personally prefer over Harry Potter, but it doesn't, just because they're not wonderfully written and just because there are other amazing books out there doesn't mean that Harry Potter isn't still great. And while Harry Potter has a lot of flaws, it still has quite a few complex ideas in there. It still has quite a bit of complex plotting in it. It falls flat on its face a lot, but it also does amazing a lot. And the character work is fantastic as well. There's a lot to love about Harry Potter. If you don't love it, there's no problem with that. But I do. Okay. Let's see here. Wow, I think I just saw the worst take in the world, but then the chat jumped and I need to go find it again so you guys can all see it too. Oh, it's gone. I can't find it. I can't find it. Someone just paired Hermione and Voldemort together, and it's my favorite thing that's ever happened because it's the worst thing that's ever happened. What? I don't know what that means. He is a bit of a tool, but he's also not. He has his moments where he's definitely bad, but then he has a lot of really phenomenal moments too. He's just a teen, you know? He's just a kid trying to figure things out and handling his emotions poorly. Remus, not Ramus. Sorry. It's my accent. I'm an American. Remus Lupin. All right, I'll try to do better. I'll try to say it correctly. Well, welcome to the family. Okay, we've been here for a minute. So everybody get your last, the worst ship I've heard was Prim and Effie. Whoa, that is bad. No. Stop with this shipping, you guys. You've heard worse. I don't believe you. Get your last questions / comments in, because my voice is failing me. I'm about to lose my voice. All right. Tips for getting into Tolkien. Listen to the audiobook and read the physical book along. I tried reading them physically and I tried listening to the audiobook, and I was struggling both ways, but doing the two together was awesome. The chat jumped again. Okay, now we're just trying to make me die. I loved Divergent, but I really didn't like the other two books. Okay. A lot of people ship Draco and Hermione, and a lot of people ship Draco and Harry. And let me just come here to crush everybody's dreams, all right? Because I cannot ship canon Draco with anyone, okay? Because he was horrible. And my headcanon is that he gets a redemption arc. But if we're going into headcanon, like if we're changing the characters, then sure. But if he doesn't have an arc, he doesn't get a ship with someone who deserves better than how Draco acted in the books. So, boom roasted. I have not picked it back up yet. I'm going to next month because I have to next month because it won the poll for me to continue. But I find it interesting and funny. Hey, you know, if we can add a redemption arc, then let's do it. But no. I really hate bully victim ships, and that's what most canon Draco ships are. Yeah, if it's a canon ship, if we can't change Draco. What? Greetings from Costa Rica in France? From a Costa Rican in France. I didn't know you were Costa Rican, William. Thank you. What are you doing in France? You should email me. We haven't chatted in a while. No. Oh, sorry. Harry and Myrtle. I mean, Draco and Myrtle. Am I right? From book 6. Anyway, sorry. It would be a bully romance if we kept canon Draco, which if we're not keeping canon Draco and we're changing who he is, then for sure, definitely. Oh man, chat just jumped again. Man, I cannot win. I know, right? Maybe we should just do a live stream where we do nothing but talk about Harry Potter. I kind of feel bad talking about Harry Potter this much because I'm afraid the people who don't love Harry Potter hate me right now, but no. No, that can't be done because no, Winky she would drag him down. No. Okay. Videos on the Hunger Games? Yes. Oh, you're so pretty. From Anita book review. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a series review or like a book by book review. I think I'll probably do book by book because we have the prequel coming out and I'm going to read it despite how many hesitations I have about it. But what? Oh, you guys are talking about something totally different. I like Harry Potter, but it doesn't need this much attention. Well, I mean, I think it does. I like it. I forgot what I was just talking about. Sorry. Okay. Am I the only person here who doesn't like Harry Potter? You are not. Plenty of people don't like Harry Potter. I just do. Dumbledore and Snape. Okay, we're doing the same thing where I don't, if a character is just mean throughout an entire series, I'm not going to ship them with someone who isn't. Okay. I'm about to just delete this whole chat. What are you guys doing? Thank you. Okay. I'm going to call it a day because this chat has just gone, it's gone to a weird place. So thank you guys for joining me. Fred and Hermione, I always shipped George. Well, I'm not going to say I shipped George and Hermione, but I do love George so much and would be fine with that ship if it were like, after she's out of school. Okay, done now. Let's move forward. Thank you guys for coming to my live stream. You guys are amazing. Oh, hit the like button before you bail because according to Daniel, that's good for the algorithm. So do that. But thank you all for coming and I love you guys and we should do this again soon. Bye.